So I have uploaded and entered this photograph of a farm by my house, and I want to get rid of these really annoying power lines that are ruining my picture. So first I thought I would try the healing brush tool, which you can just normally paint over something and it makes it go away by taking like you can see I did this on these airplane contrails, which I didn't really want to get rid of. But it's not really doing much to the power line. So now I'm going to go to the clone stamp instead. And you set the clone stamp by picking up this tool, which is like the sample point identifier. You're going to want to make sure you're very carefully paying attention to this setting, which says current and below or current. I only want to sample the current layer in this case because underneath you can see I have a picture of lilies. I'm quite zoomed in right now. And a picture of my mother, which might be confusing to you, but you'll see later. So I'm going to start with the sample point, and I want it to be pretty close to where I'm painting because it is important that I want it to match. You can see that it's pretty sensitive. It's picking up some of the line here below it. So one of the keys to the clone stamp is that you sample from different areas and angles. You also usually, I recommend changing your brush size frequently so that you don't get repetition and pattern with your tool. You also need to zoom out and make sure that you're not creating patterns when you don't realize it. Okay, so it's a little bit mismatched. I'm not caring for that. It's tricky using the clone stamp. Another thing that I might do is make a selection. So I might make a feathered, a nice feathered selection of like this area, and then come over to this area and do this is the part that gets me. I think cut. No, that was not it. That cut a hole in it. Copy and then paste, and you can see it gave me this nice little area here that I can move. Oh, no, don't want to move it there. Can move it over here. Can kind of blend that in. I don't intend for this to be the only thing showing. Like if I zoom out now and I show you some of the other things that are going to be happening. This layer up here is going to eventually blend in. Not really sure how yet, but it is going to blend. Oops, let's try this. Oops. Okay, oh gosh. All right, I'm gonna change that to normal. And also I'm going to merge that down there. So now that piece is in the sky. I'm obviously not done with the sky, but I wanted to show you kind of where I was going. So I'm planning to start blending picture of my mom with picture of her favorite flowers with a picture of a farm, and I didn't want, you can see how horrible it looks to have the power lines running through her face. So, but you can see that my patch there was pretty good, and you can't tell that I put a patch there. Okay, so that was a patch in two directions, and I can still actually work on this with the picture of her there as kind of like knowing now what I'm working with. That's probably a good idea. You can go right under her and you can't even tell. Oh, but you can tell right there, can't you, that I was getting a little too much repetition and stuff. See that? You want to avoid that. I can leave one there and come back and fix it, because your clone stamp is getting the ratio between the sample point. So if you are paying attention to what is happening with your clone stamp, then you can make sure you don't get weird stuff that looks bad. Okay? All right.